EPA head Scott Pruitt went on MSNBC, and he got a surprisingly hostile interview from Morning Joe. So I want to watch the clip here. Take a look at how much Pruitt dodges and how incapable he is of being straightforward and honest with you.
Paris, which at its core is about climate change and the world's impact and human impact on it. You never raised that with President Trump in a meeting?
The focus of the discussion was on the merits and demerits of what Paris sought to achieve. You know what's interesting about the whole discussion? When you look at what was achieved,
Mr. Pruitt, it's a simple question. Mr. Pruitt, it's a simple question. Have you ever talked to the president about whether he believes climate change is real? Does he still believe that it was a hoax launched in China?
I think, Joe.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I think what's important, Joe, is that the president has said that we need, when we make decisions on environmental decisions internationally, that we put America's interests first. And
right, I understand that. And I agree with that.
The president said the climate is changing.
I agree with that. We're just trying to get an answer from you. I agree we should always put America first. I disagree with getting out of Paris because it's voluntary. The goals set were voluntary. But I just want, again, it's important for Americans to know. It's important for Americans to know whether their president believes that global warming was hatched as a conspiracy theory in China.
And, Joe, I think with respect to the voluntary contributions that you're talking about, the 26 to 28%, when you look at domestically, third-party lawsuits, you've heard about the litigation where the EPA is sued and compels regulatory response. What the framers of the Paris Accord understood is that America would take regulatory steps to carry out that 26 to 28% reduction. And when we're withdrawing through the Energy Independent Executive Order, the Clean Power Plan as an example, that creates a gap of almost 60%. So it created exposure with respect to the obligations created in Paris legally here.
Okay. I'm sorry. I've got to stop. I want to stop it, and this interview has to stop in its tracks until I just get a yes/no answer from you on whether you believe it's important that Americans find out whether their president believes that climate change is a conspiracy theory based out of China.
I mean, the president has indicated, Joe, that the climate is changing. I indicated during my confirmation process that there's a trend with respect to the climate, and moreover, there's a human contribution to it. Measuring that with precision is very difficult. The real question is, what do we do about it? And what we've done as a country is lead through innovation and technology. And as I indicated, since the year 2000, a reduction of over 18% in that CO2 footprint. So you see that through hydraulic fracturing. You see that through horizontal drilling. You won't hear that from the environmental left. We ought to be exporting that to other nations across the globe so they can convert to natural gas and help their power generation.
That was hard to watch. What a sniveling little weasel this son of a bitch is. It's a yes or no question, dipshit. Answer. He can't answer because the answer would make him look like the jackass he is, him and President Trump. What'd they ask, 4 times, 5 times? Does Trump think climate change is a Chinese hoax? Well, you see, what had happened was me and Craig and them were down by the Winco, and what we thought is that there were... Are you guys buying this? Just fucking just say it. Yeah, he thinks it's a Chinese hoax because he's a fucking idiot and I am too. That's the answer. That's the answer. And then, by the way, notice, kept dodging, wouldn't give a yes or no answer, wouldn't be straightforward, dodge. And then at the end he goes, oh yeah, I mean, the president has indicated, and I've certainly indicated, that the climate is changing and human beings are having an effect on it, but the climate's always changing and the answer would be fracking. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Fossil fuels are the problem. Let's have more fossil fuels. This is a guy who, he does jujitsu with the moving the goalposts on climate change. So these are the kinds of people where if you catch them in a moment of honesty, they'll say, I don't think the climate's changing. It's no big deal. Now, but then if you press them on that, well, hey, the climate is changing. Scientists across the board agree with that. You can measure it. This isn't something like, woo, who knows? Then they'll move the goalpost to, okay, the climate's changing, but it's a natural cycle. no, humans have contributed to it. Scientists are certain about that as well, so I don't know what you're talking about. Then they'll move the goalpost to, okay, so the climate's changing, but maybe it's a good thing. Then when you call them out on that one, actually, no, it's linked to increases in famine and drought, and this stuff has all been proven, and sea level rise, and there's going to be trillions of dollars worth of damages, and blah, blah, blah. Then they go, oh, okay, so the climate's changing, and humans are contributing to it. But then the answer is, what do we do about it? And we can't destroy our economy. Come on now, we can't destroy our economy. Oh, okay, so thank you. Finally, you admit, like, I would rather screw over all of humanity and our entire ecosystem in order to keep business as usual going. And they'll stick to that. Oh, yeah, it's a drain on our economy. And the answer, if anything, is fracking. No, it's not, because that's a fossil fuel as well, and it's not a drain on our economy. A green technology revolution, that's the boom of the future. That's the boom of the future. That's where so many jobs are going to be created. That's where wealth creation is going to come from, and now China is leapfrogging us, and they're going, not just in China, but all around the world, they're going to do this green technology revolution, and they're the ones who are going to do the wealth creation and get the inevitable patents and make the money as a result of it, because a bunch of jackasses who are bought by the oil industry and the fossil fuel industry, like Scott Pruitt, now run our country. This is a guy who sued the EPA 14 times, and now he's the head of the EPA. He's head of the EPA. He doesn't believe in the EPA. Talk about the fox guarding the hen house. I mean, that's crazy. But that's where we are today.